Welcome to the Natural Hair Education Podcast, where we empower, educate, and embrace our essence through the love of natural hair. I am your host, Keratin Carruthers II, and thank you for listening. I am a licensed beauty educator, licensed cosmetologist, and natural hair culturist. I am co-owner of Creative Hair School of Cosmetology and the creator of Natural Hair Education, a platform that's designed and dedicated to teaching beauty school students, professional stylists, and natural hair enthusiasts texture hairstyling and natural hair education. On this platform, we will discuss real hair stories, break myths, and grow in self-love. This episode is brought to you by Natural Hair Education's Texture on Texture styling course. This styling course is a virtual educational experience. Learn how to properly detangle hair, learn how to do coils, flat twists, two-strand twists, and an updo style, all on naturally textured hair. In this program, you will receive Ada, which is Natural Hair Education's first texture hair mannequin. And listen, y'all, she is the real deal, okay? So once you get your hands on her, you'll be able to learn the different types of skills and techniques, as well as improve your current skills, increase your service time, along with your confidence, and overall increase your income. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Natural Hair Education Podcast. In today's episode, we're diving into an essential yet often overlooked aspect of hair care, and that is the vital role of your diet, hydration, and your overall health, and how that can affect your hair care. We will explore how what you eat, how much water you drink, and your overall wellness can significantly impact your hair's strength, shine, and growth. Whether you're struggling with hair loss, or even dryness, or just looking to improve your hair's vitality, understanding that connection between your diet and your health is very key. And I know in the previous episodes, we talked a little bit about some external things that we can do to make sure our hair is okay and healthy and flourishing. But today, we're going to dig a little deeper and look at the role of our diet and our health and how it affects our hair care. So let's get started. Before I get to all of the good information I have to share with you all today, I do want to say that because I have so much information I want to give to you all, that this may be a two-part series. So if I don't finish this episode on today, I will come back and you will hear part 2 next time. So let's start with understanding the structure of hair. One single hair strand is composed of 3 primary layers, and those layers are the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. The first thing that we see is the outermost layer of the hair, and that is called the cuticle. The cuticle is made up of overlapping scale-like cells that protect the inner layer of the hair shaft. A healthy cuticle ensures that the hair remains smooth and shiny, while a damaged cuticle can lead to dull, frizzy hair. Now, I like to always refer to an apple because I feel like sometimes if you're not in the beauty industry or you're not working with hair on a daily basis, sometimes you need that visual example to help you understand. So if you look at an apple, if you have a red apple and you look at the skin, that is the cuticle of the hair, or that's the outer layer of the hair. And that's what we can see, touch, and feel. Now, the second layer of hair is the cortex, and this lies beneath the cuticle. It's the thickest layer of the hair. This is where the elasticity is. This is where the color and all those things are. It's the thickest part of the hair. And if you go back to that apple, it's the next layer. It's the next part of the apple. It's the part that we actually enjoy. So the cortex holds the pigment that gives the hair its color, and the health of the cortex is directly linked to the overall strength and appearance of your hair. So if your cortex is strong and your cortex is solid, the outermost layer of your hair will look the same. And same with the apple. Once you bite that apple and you break that outer layer, normally what happens is that apple begins to oxidize and turns brown. And so the same thing happens with our hair. When our outer layer or our cuticles are damaged, it can lead to our cortex becoming damaged. Now the third layer of the hair is the medulla, and that's the very inner core of the hair shaft. And so again, referring to that apple, it's the core of the apple. Now, the medulla role is less understood, but it is believed to contribute to the hair's overall structure and thickness, particularly in thicker strands of hair. Now, there are people that say that some hair doesn't have a medulla and some does. So we've covered the three parts of the hair, which are the cuticle, cortex, and the medulla. The next thing I want to cover is the hair follicle. Now, the hair follicle is located underneath the scalp or beneath the scalp, and it's the living part of the hair. Remember that each strand of hair has three parts, and each individual strand is attached to a hair follicle. These follicles are nourished by nutrients delivered through the blood. The body's circulatory system also plays a role in transporting essential nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, proteins. They feed the hair follicle. Now, when the blood circulation in the body is optimal, it ensures that the hair follicle receives the necessary nourishment to produce healthy, strong hair. Some of those nutrients like biotin, vitamin A, C, D, and E, and minerals such as iron and zinc are vital for hair growth and health. A well-balanced diet that's rich in these nutrients, along with proper hydration, supports the hair from within, ensuring that each strand develops with strength and resilience. And that's why it's so important that we cover this information on today. Now, the contrary is true. Poor circulation, often a result of a diet that's high in unhealthy fats and low in those essential nutrients, can lead to weakened hair follicles, and then what happens is the hair grows slowly. But if you reverse that and have a well-balanced diet that supports healthy blood circulation, that will ensure that the hair follicles are receiving the necessary nutrients and oxygen that it needs to be healthy and strong. Now, by understanding this and knowing that our follicles are fed through our blood, this will allow you to appreciate the importance of maintaining a healthy lifestyle to help achieve and sustain beautiful, healthy hair. While we're still talking about the structure of hair and the follicles, I want to talk about the role of protein. Protein, particularly keratin, plays a fundamental role in the structure and health of your hair. Keratin is a primary protein that makes up the hair shaft, providing it with strength, elasticity, and resilience. Without sufficient keratin, hair can become weak, brittle, and prone to breakage. I like to think of keratin as being this magical activity that takes place in the hair follicle. Keratin is produced by specialized cells in the hair follicle. It forms the core component of the cortex, which is the middle layer of the hair shaft, which also gives the hair its structure, strength, and texture. Here's the thing though, the quality and amount of keratin produced directly impacts the overall health and appearance of the hair. Healthy keratin levels result in hair that is strong, smooth, and resistant to damage from environmental factors and daily styling. So how do we get this keratin and this protein into our hair, and how do we make sure that it's operating at its optimum levels? Well, there are foods that we can eat that are rich in protein, and it helps our hair. So in order to support the production of keratin and maintain strong, healthy hair, we have to include sufficient amounts of protein into our diets. And right now, I want to go over just a few of those proteins that we can start incorporating and making sure it's the highest level that we can attain so that our hair can be at its optimum level. Here are some protein-rich foods that can help. Let's start with lean meats. You have chicken, turkey, and lean cuts of beef, which are excellent sources of high-quality protein. They provide the essential amino acids needed for keratin production and overall health. Eggs are another source of complete protein, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your body needs. These are also rich in biotin, which is a B vitamin that plays a crucial role in hair growth and health. Ligaments are also another source of protein, and these are beans, lentils, and chickpeas. These are a great plant-based source of protein in case you are not a meat eater. These beans or ligaments also contains iron and zinc. These are minerals that are very important in supporting the hair strength and growth. Fish such as salmon, mackerels, and tuna, they're not only rich in protein, but also contains omega-3 fatty acids, which help keep the scalp healthy and hair moisturized. Dairy products, milk, yogurt, and cheese, which are good sources of protein, along with other essential nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, which contributes to the overall health of the hair. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, these provide proteins, along with healthy fats and vitamins that support hair strength and shine. And lastly, soy products. Tofu, tempeh, and soy milk are excellent plant-based protein sources that can help support hair health, especially for those that are following a vegan or a vegetarian diet. So these are a good source of protein. I will add these proteins in the show notes so you can look at those and go from there. Incorporating these protein-rich foods into your daily diet can help ensure that your body has the building blocks that it needs to produce the keratin that those hair follicles need, which will lead to producing a stronger, healthier hair. All this works together with a balanced diet, proper hydration, and overall health practices to help keep not just your physical body strong and resilient, but your hair as well. Next, I would like to get into essential nutrients. Now, these are crucial for healthy hair because they support the growth, strength, and overall vitality of the hair. And I want to break down and go through a couple essential nutrients. Now, we already covered the protein, so you have a list of proteins that can help. The next, I want to get into vitamins. Vitamins are very important. Let's start with vitamin A. So vitamin A promotes healthy sebum production in the scalp, and it keeps the hair moisturized. It helps the sebum production. Now, the sebum is what gives our hair its nourishment, our shininess, and it helps keep the hair moisturized. Foods that you can eat to produce more vitamin A or support the vitamin A are sweet potatoes, carrots, and spinach. Another essential vitamins are your B vitamins, especially biotin. This is important for hair growth and preventing hair loss. Vitamin B is a very powerful vitamin. Not only does it help with the hair, but it supports our overall body. Now, biotin is also known as vitamin B7. And some of the best food sources of biotin are egg yolks, nuts and seeds, your ligaments, organ meats, whole grains, fish, dairy, avocados, bananas, and mushrooms. And again, in the show notes, I will be more descriptive with these and break down exactly the importance of these foods and the benefit it adds to our bodies. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production. This also strengthens the hair. It also helps in the absorption of iron, which is a mineral necessary for the health of the hair. Vitamin D, this may help create new hair follicles, promoting hair growth. Vitamin D is linked to hair follicle health. Foods that support hair follicles would be fatty fish, fortified foods, and sunlight exposure. So out getting some healthy run in the sun or laying out in the sun, all those things can help your hair follicles. And lastly, vitamin E. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant that protects the hair from oxidative stress. You can get your vitamin E from foods such as nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Next, I want to cover minerals. The first mineral is iron. Iron is essential for delivering oxygen to hair follicles, which allows for more hair growth. A deficiency can lead to hair loss. So iron prevents hair loss by adding in red blood cell production. Foods that are good in iron are red meats, lentils, and spinach. Zinc supports hair repair and growth. It supports the hair tissue growth and repair and helps keep oil glands around the follicles working properly. Good food for zinc is nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Magnesium helps with protein synthesis, which is crucial for hair structure, and biotin, a well-known vitamin for hair growth. Foods for biotin will be eggs, nuts, and seeds. Another important component to the overall hair health is omega-3 fatty acids. We did cover some of these when we went through nuts and eggs, but these healthy fats nourish the hair, supports hair density, and reduce inflammation that can lead to hair loss. So you can see how all these things work together, not just for our hair, but for our body as well. And what's important that I don't think we all talk about enough is hydration. Hydration is vital for healthy hair as it helps maintain moisture levels, preventing dryness and brittleness. Now, dehydration can lead to dry hair, brittle hair, and eventually scalp issues. Having deficiencies in certain nutrients such as iron, zinc, and vitamin D, and also biotin can lead to hair loss or thinning. So it's important that we are consuming what we need for our body and our hair. Now, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a doctor, I am not a physician. I am a licensed cosmetologist and natural hairstylist. I am also an educator and I've done my research. But for you to make sure you're getting what you need for your body and your hair, I recommend you seeing a physician or a nutritionist to help plan out a well-balanced diet so that you can get all the nutrients, the vitamins, and the essential minerals that you need to make sure that you are operating at an optimum level for your health and your hair. Now, there are also other things that can impact our body and our hair, and that is stress. We know that stress is a big one. It can cause hair issues. Stress management can benefit both your mental health as well as your hair health. Exercise and blood circulation. This is also a vital component to making sure that your follicles are getting the oxygen that it needs to produce a healthy hair strand. Exercise is very important, guys. I know we're living in a world now, social media world, where everyone highlights the glamour, they glamorize working out and they post it and they share it as if it's something that you really enjoy doing. For some of those people, they may enjoy working out, but for a lot of others, it can be a task and it can be daunting. But just making exercise a regular routine, whether it be just walking or doing jumping jacks, you want to get your heart rate up and you want to move, because that is going to play an important part in not just your overall health, but your hair as well. We need circulation, we need movement, we need oxygen to the brain as well as to our follicles. And exercising can really help with that. Another component that does nothing to do with your nutrition is your sleep and rest. It is so important that we are getting rest in this society, in this time that we're living in. I know it seems like the world is moving so fast and we have so many obligations and so many things to do, but you have to incorporate rest times, or go to bed at a decent hour, wake up at a decent hour. You have to figure out what works best for you, but you have to be intentional about all of these things if you want to make sure that you're, again, operating at an optimum level. That's all I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I thought I would be running over, going to a 2-part series, but I may double back and recap this eventually down the road. Until next time, let's continue to educate, empower, and embrace our essence through the love of natural hair. All right, until next time, I'll see you, and thank you for listening.